right, it has been a busy news day, but we have official roster transaction from the San Francisco 49ers, and let me tell you what they are. As you already know, the 49ers have placed George Kittle on injured reserve. That has now become official, along with waiving Jake Moody. That was the biggest story of today. Jake Moody now no longer being on the San Francisco 49ers. That is an official roster transaction. Jake Moody is no longer. We also have some additional moves, though. The 49ers have released wide receiver Robbie Chosen from the practice squad, and they have officially signed wide receiver Kendrick Bourne. As we also updated in a previous video and posts, the 49ers have brought in veteran kicker Eddie Pinheiro for a workout. Pinheiro's actually been a pretty solid kicker. I saw a pretty funny, I guess not funny, but an interesting stat that Matt Mayoko put out, and I think Eddie Pinheiro, I think, has double the attempted kicks than Jake Moody, but Jake Moody has more missed kicks than Eddie Pinheiro. So that's kind of where the 49ers stand with, like, you can literally make the case that the 49ers might upgrade their kicker position after week one had already started. So I don't know. We'll see. Again, we gotta bring the guy in. He's got to perform. He's got to execute before we can say all that. But he's had success in this league, so we're gonna find out exactly how successful he potentially is. So a lot of this was more just transactionary, just official news. Again, the biggest update I would say that hasn't been reported on, at least from me, was that Robbie Chosen has been released from the practice squad. Obviously, Robbie was with us in training camp, and it's tough to get released from a team that needs wide receivers. And he showed some potential, but I don't know. He just never was used that regularly, and just don't know. And clearly, the 49ers didn't have a huge role for him moving forward. So just a wild day as you kind of take a step back and reflect on everything that's been going on, man. It's pretty amazing how this team is just constantly in the middle of something. And again, that's not a shot. That's not a shot at the 49ers. It's not like negative feedback. It's none of that. It's just, as someone who gets on here and makes these videos, makes posts on every roster transaction, everything that the 49ers do, I try to stay as up to date on this team as possible. It's when you again take a step back and you just kind of look, you're just like, there's so much that's gone on with this team, from the off season till now. It's been pretty remarkable, and clearly they're not done making moves yet. I do think one of the more interesting things that I think is a positive is that the 49ers have not, at least it hasn't been announced, that they are signing or bringing in a quarterback for a workout. Doesn't mean that won't happen, but typically I think you would want a quarterback in before you start your Wednesday practice. So today is like a day off from my understanding. Today is like a treatment day, get prepared for the next week. And then Wednesday is, day one of practice on the field for the players. So you typically want to get a player out on the field if that is the case. And again, like I said, doesn't mean that won't happen. Doesn't mean there's not something that's already gone through that maybe we didn't know about. But as it stands right now, publicly, no quarterback workouts. Like, we know about the kicker workouts. We don't know about any kicker workouts or anything quarterback workouts. So take that for what it's worth. Hopefully Brock will be good to go against the Saints. If not, it'll be Mac Jones, but we still got to see. So something tells me that there are still roster moves to be made, things to happen. So make sure you got your post notifications on, because I try to get these out as quickly as possible. And I appreciate everyone who's been supporting and liking all the videos, watching all the videos, leaving positive comments. I really do appreciate it. And it doesn't go unnoticed. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll let you know if anything else comes down. But those are the roster moves that the 49ers made today. Let me know how you feel about them in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.